Welcome back, everyone. So, this week I hope you guys like some 3D action gaming, because this week we have Witch of the Beginning. I know it's not its full name, but we're just going to keep it at that for the second part of the title. Developed by C3 Art and published by Playmount Games for the Steam versions, who has also published the likes of the Escape Dungeon games on Steam, as well as games of other, let's just say, varying quality. But enough of the quick history lesson, let's just dive right on in. So, the story is this. These two rival factions, or countries, the Reinhardt Empire and the Lindenhart Republic, are at a war for about 5 years. During this time, the legendary witch Lunafreya suddenly passed away, leaving her daughter Freyan. Later on, the two royals, who go by the name of Linder, who is your guild marm, giving you missions, and Lennis, who is basically a wannabe warrior, later on giving you an info dump after getting bitch slapped by the game's main villain, Garai. Turns out Lunafreya minecrafted herself to protect them, and, well, let's just say Lennis got the end of the stick for having the ability to predict the future, because that's what the main reason why the Reinhardts kind of wanted them, and later on were put into exile. So after a quick raid through the laboratory to find her mother's notes and learn the final spell, they raid a Reinhardt castle after running the ones with Garai one more time, and before Garai kicks the bucket, he tells Freyan to take over both countries to make a better tomorrow, which she does because it shows it during the post-credit scene. Now, the story itself is nothing simple, it's alright. For the devs' first time, it's cool. The presentation of the game, it's, once again, alright. The game's graphics look pretty good, and the sound design could be a little bit better. It's like when, for example, when you hit an enemy with your stick, it just doesn't feel good, you know what I mean? I mean, look at a game like Holy Knight Rika, which honestly, it's the top best example for these kinds of games, and then look at this game. The character designs are a bit more consistent in style, which I do enjoy, because if you guys don't know, there is a certain trend in these kinds of Japanese Unity games where there's an anime girl, and then there's a realistic looking monster, which I don't understand why. Now, the soundtrack is basically your stereotypical fantasy fare, which it's fine. It fits what it needs to fit. The gameplay is a simple 3D action RPGs. You gain spells through, well, chests in a similar non-linear level design. Now, keep in mind, you are not a warrior. You are a mage. So this means you clearly have no advantage on going at it with just going up close and personal. In fact, melee should be a last resort, unless you're starting to dope like Fernando Tatis Jr. Hey, how many people caught that joke? But the spells that you currently have are Old Faithful Fireball, a less than stellar Fire Tornado, a subpar healing spell, a Fire Homing Shot which eats up a fuck ton of your MP, a Thunderbolt spell that helps you that can teleport you, and lastly a Fire Blast which eats up your health. Now, the reason why I call the Fireball Old Faithful is because, well, you're going to be using it throughout the rest of the whole game. It does good damage to enemies, it costs very little, and yeah. Now, there are some other extracurriculars such as arena fighting and being a dancer, but overall my thoughts are this.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Yeah, for the sequel, I hope that, one, the world opens up a bit more. I honestly see potential that this game might have in terms of both world building and lore. Hopefully the combat will be a little bit more refined, and actually having leveling actually means something outside of having a better attack and defense stat, and, well, magic attack stat, and once again, having better sound design. But that's all I have for today. Until then, everyone, good night and good luck.
If you enjoyed this video and wish to see more of Overlord content, please like, comment, subscribe, and the bell for both uploads and community post. Also follow him on social media such as Twitter and Pngtuber.